Hello, everyone. James Pelton here today. I am live with Crypto Stew. We are going to be talking about Flex. You can see this is not my normal getup. I was telling Crypto Stew, we only have so many nice days here in Lincoln, Nebraska. He was saying the same in Scotland. So when I have a nice day, I got to use it. So I just had to get out of my office a little bit, touch some grass is what they tell us to do. So we're going to be talking about Flex Plus. I'm excited to talk about this one. Again, I've been getting pitched tons of projects now that the crypto bull market is kind of back in swing a little bit. But I'm being very selective. So I probably had 25 this week reach out. Most of them were not really doing anything that's all that interesting. Is like, oh, you're just giving away 1.5% a day. No, thank you. So I'm looking for real returns, real business, and real things that I think will help help my community, my audience, and myself do well going forward. So that's what we're here. Do want to let you guys know too, as people are kind of hopping in, we're going to be doing a $200 giveaway in seed fund at the end of this video. So you'll have to stick around for that. Stay tuned for more details on that. And if you are here, please hit the like button, the currency of YouTubers, and let me know, how was your week? I would love to hear from the community. How's your week going? Anything I can pray for you for, just let me know how your week is going. So without further ado, we'll go over to Crypto Stew here. Crypto Stew, welcome to the channel. Glad that you could be here today. Can you start us out with a quick introduction of who you are and a little bit of your story, and then we will jump into Flex.
Yeah, great. Well, hi, James. Hi, James's community. I'm Crypto Stew. Good to meet you all. I've been in this space for about 3 years now. And I started off just like most people within the space with an interest in trying to make a bit of passive income and increase my financial security. And it's not been quite as plain sailing, I think, as we all would have hoped or expected. But over time, I've got into a bit of a rhythm in the market now, and I've built an awful lot of experience over the last 3 years. I'm the type of person that likes to go head first into something that I'm interested in and learn everything that I possibly can do. And I've been involved with quite a few different projects just on a volunteer basis over the course of the last 3 years, basically. And I've built some tools for some projects, and I've grown my network here in the DeFi space. And just recently, I was given the opportunity to jump on to the team here at Flex Labs, and I kind of grabbed that opportunity with both hands because I was really excited. And that's where I am now. So I have taken the plunge to move full time into decentralized finance space. I'm working full time for Flex Labs, and my role at Flex Labs is I look after day-to-day operations and business development, and I'm part of a 7-person team that we have. And we're really excited to bring Flex Perpetuals, which is just one of our products or our endeavors that fall underneath this Flex Labs umbrella. So looking forward to sharing what this is all about with you and your community, James, and thanks for the opportunity, and excited to give away $200 worth of seed round tokens to one lucky viewer in this afternoon's AMA.
Yes, absolutely. I'm looking forward to that too. So stay tuned for the giveaway. If you're watching on Twitter, you need to come over to YouTube. We're going to be doing the giveaway on YouTube. So come on over to YouTube. I'll get a link on the Twitter stream as well. And good to see you guys in the audience. Matthew, good to see you. History Bear, glad that you could make it here today. And Renerator says, yo, Crypto Stew, you demand. Thanks for all you do. So yes,
Thank
good to see
you,
you guys.
Renerator.
Yeah, good to see you guys. All right, so I always like to start with kind of an elevator pitch of what exactly is Flex. Again, assume people in the audience, they've never heard of this. They've been burned by DeFi left and right. They've almost given up. I'm done with DeFi. I'm not getting into anything else. What's kind of the elevator pitch? What is Flex? how is it different than the stuff that we've all been through here in DeFi for the last few years?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that to start with, it's important to recognize that this is a real business. So this is a real business that generates revenue, and our product essentially is providing decentralized, leveraged trading on the base chain. So we're going to be launching a Perp DEX on the base chain, and we're going to be providing traders the opportunity to trade, up to 100x leverage on crypto, up to 1000x, would you believe it, leverage on forex. And so this product is essentially, it serves two main customers. So traders who want to, trade in market, scalping, swing trading, whatever style of trading that they're going to be doing using leverage. They can do that in a decentralized environment. So they're not operating on a centralized exchange where traditionally traders would be placing, leverage trades. And then the second customer base is liquidity providers. So people who want to perhaps have a more passive approach to earning money, and they do that by providing the liquidity that essentially services the trades. And so, just to point out, what you're looking at there, James, is actually one of the other projects that we've got under our Flex Labs umbrella. So this Flex IRA is a project that this has been running now for 14 months, and we've paid out over 600,000 in dividends to a small group of investors. This is a closed project. It's a small group of investors. Over 600,000 in dividends have been paid to date. As you can see, a small TVL, only 1.65, and we start opening up to the broader market, which is one of the reasons that we've decided to bring this perpetuals derivatives exchange onto the base chain. And our CEO, Bill, he's a big trader himself, and so trading's a passion for him, and that just makes sense for us to go down the road of looking at providing a facility for that accommodates traders in a decentralized environment. So that, I think, is pretty much the elevator pitch, James. An opportunity for traders and an opportunity for liquidity providers and we're going to service both those client bases in order to keep everyone happy in this space. And it's earning real revenue. And I really want to highlight that this is real fees that the traders pay that pay the revenue towards the business and the stakeholders.
Okay, so not Ponzi-nomics going on. There is
No
actual
Ponzi-nomics here, no.
Amen. Amen. Love to hear that. We got Scott here. Good to see you. Scott is our resident pessimist. So, Scott, tear it apart. Let us know all the questions, all the things that you see wrong. That would be great. We got Metaverse and Crypto. Good to see you. History Bear watching from Central Texas. Good to see you. We got Pocket Aces, which is how I got connected with the Flex team. So good to see you, Justin. Glad you could make it. Chris Farrell says Stu is one of the good guys out there. So that's good. Your reputation precedes you, Crypto Stu. So that's good. In a good way. In a good way.
Yeah, good to hear.
Justin says they already have a strong community, profitable projects, real utility in production, etc., etc. So yeah, and if anybody has questions as we're going that they would like Stu to kind of highlight on, please ask. We will get all those questions answered. So one question that I had is, so we have the Flex IP2. So when money goes in, can you kind of walk us through the journey of where exactly the money goes, and then how returns are kind of paid out? And just walk us through the journey of one of my USDT when it gets put into this project here, Flex IP2.
Yeah, so I think providing a little bit of context. So we're in terms of the stage of where we are with the project. So this is the seed round. So we've opened up this seed round investment phase to the general public with a minimum, $100, 100 USDT investment, which is something that is strange and unusual in this space. So normally projects will go out there and try and raise their seed capital through venture capitalists and big whales, and we've decided to align ourselves with the community ethos that we're very keen to keep that at the heart of what we're doing. We've decided to open the seed round opportunity to everyone. And so essentially what will happen is you deposit your USDT, and it is on Arbitrum at this stage before we move on to the base chain for the launch. So deposit your USDT on Arbitrum. That's going to give you this FIP2 token, and that's just a placeholder essentially until we have our full public launch. And when we have the full public launch, depending on how much USDT you have deposited, you will get a proportional share of the FDX token that has been allocated to seed round investors within our tokenomics. So the way it works is you deposit your USDT now. Once we go for the public launch, you start earning USDC yield immediately on day one, and that yield is generated through the revenue that the protocol makes through traders' fees that they pay, the borrowing fees that they pay, any liquidations. So all of that counts towards the revenue, and then that's shared with liquidity providers and seed round investors. And so you're going to start seeing that yield coming in immediately. And then there's, in terms of the tokens themselves, there's a 6-month cliff period. So they'll be locked for 6 months, and then they'll be released out to you over a period of 18 months. And I think it's important so we're partnering with HMX, which is an existing Perp DEX on the Arbitrum Network, and we're leveraging their technology and bringing that onto the base chain. And we've done that for a couple of different reasons, and one of those reasons is to allow us to do this quickly, but securely. So we're using a product that's battle tested, and that's one of the main reasons why we've been able to open up this seed round to investors, just like people within your community, rather than going out and looking for venture capitalists, because we don't have the same development costs that we would have had if we'd had to start this from scratch. And so doing it this way means that the tokens that are distributed to seed round investors, we start off with this really healthy distribution of capital in the system, and we don't have any massive whales that are ready to dump as soon as the tokens are released. So I think understanding that you're earning yield from day number one, and then the token price, based on the way that we've designed the tokenomics, what should be going up over time, you'll be left with tokens that are far more valuable than what you're getting here in the seed round at the moment. So HMX, and the reason I mentioned them, seed round investors in HMX got a 100% return on their investment for the yield alone within the first year. And then the tokens that they had were, worth 14 times what they were at the seed round. So although HMX's performance, we can't guarantee, it to be exactly the same, that for us, that's the benchmark.
Okay, very, very good. No, that sounds great. I love the business model that you guys have. We had a question from PyWeb, seeing a 15% tax for deposit and a 6-month lock period. So curious to have an idea of the APR. So I know you can't give exact numbers, but how should somebody think about this and compare it to other things that they're looking at? How does somebody think through, oh, how much might I make through something like this? How can somebody think through that?
Yeah. So I think, well, just to clarify that what PyWeb is talking about there was actually the other project that we were talking about. It's not Flex Perpetuals. Right. So there's no tax on the seed round tokens. There's no taxes on any of our tokens within our ecosystem in Flex Perpetuals. But how do you think about getting in the seed round? Because I understand that a lot of this space is anxious to lock up capital because they've been burned in the past. Promises of 0.5% a day or 1% a day returns. And I think the mindset that you have to come into this particular opportunity in the seed round at the moment is that you are getting in super early. You're essentially getting the opportunity that is normally reserved for, massive investors and venture capitalists, and we're allowing, we're opening up that opportunity for everyday investors. And what you're investing in is the business. And as a seed round investor, you will benefit from a share of the revenue that this business makes as it goes from strength to strength, and as we see success and adoption on the base chain. So you are locking up your tokens where you go through that cliff and then the vesting period with your FDX. But remember that whole time you're earning yield. And I can't tell you what that yield is going to be because it's based on the revenue that the platform makes through the trading fees. But if we were to look at similar protocols, so if you're familiar with perp dexes, there are lots to choose from, particularly on chains like Arbitrum and Solana, Mux protocol and HMX, and we'd be looking at somewhere, we expect, in the 30 to 100% APR on the for those that are providing LP and for the seed round investors. But that will fluctuate. It's not a fixed amount, but it can't be a fixed amount. It's real revenue.
Okay, love that. And maybe you can talk a little bit more. We got some good discussions in the chat, and keep them coming, guys. If you have questions, anything you want to talk about, being a devil's advocate, don't we already have enough dexes? So do you want to kind of talk about how this is different than just a traditional DEX, and maybe even explain a little bit more, what is a perpetual and what is Flex? Maybe explain a little bit more into that.
Well, I mean, there are lots of DEXs out there, PancakeSwap, Uniswap, and all of the projects that have come along since then. Traditional decentralized exchange allows you to swap your tokens by using the liquidity pools that they provide and that they host. Where a perpetuals exchange differs is that you're not actually swapping tokens directly with a liquidity pool. The liquidity providers provide the liquidity on our platform, and then that liquidity is used to borrow against for traders who want to trade with leverage. So this is allowing leverage trading on a decentralized exchange. And I think it's a great point. There are already perp dexes out there, but I think it's important to recognize just the scale of the opportunity here. So at the moment, 97% of your crypto futures trading happens on centralized exchanges. So that means that only 3% is happening in DeFi, essentially. So we see a huge opportunity for growth in the DeFi space as a whole, but even more specifically on the base chain. So the base chain is going through this, growth that has been amazing to watch. And that's one of the reasons why we decided to choose the base chain as the platform that we're going to launch on. But there's also very little in the way of perp dex solutions on the base chain currently. There are a few projects on there, but they've got low TVL. They don't have a huge amount of capital within them, and we see it as a major opportunity for growth. And so I think that, yeah, there are lots of dexes out there, but there's not lots doing what we are doing on the base chain.
Yep, absolutely. And that's the comments. Nothing like Flex Perpetuals on the base chain, untapped market share. So, yep, agree. And Justin says, not one big perpetual DEX on base. So let's take market share and dominate.
Yeah,
DJ
says, to put it in perspective. So GMX is the largest of the perpetual DEXs that are out there. They have a TVL of just under 500 million. The biggest project on the base chain has 12 million in TVL. So huge scope for a quality perp DEX on the base chain to do really well.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of opportunity there for sure. And bases also bring out the smart wallet, one of the best ways to onboard new users. So yes, I'm excited about that. I might do a video just on that because that's a pretty cool feature. And I really want to bring new people into crypto, and so things like the smart wallet, I think, will help do that. Let's see. We got some good questions here from the audience. Let's see. PyWeb says, miss the minimum investment for seed round. Is it a 1K? What's the minimum to get in here on pool 2?
$100.
Okay.
$100 minimum investment in the seed round.
Okay. So there's a minimum 100, so not 1,000. So you can get in for very little. You can kind of dip your toe in, and then once the initial pool is over, will you be able to add more later, or what happens after the seed round? If people are like, I don't want to get in the seed round, I want to wait. What kind of happens after that?
Yeah. So, well, first of all, I'd like to highlight as well that there is a referral incentive here with the seed round. So if you get in for your $100 minimum, that'll generate a referral link that you can use, and you can share that with your network, and you'll get 3% of any deposit that is made using your link. So there's an opportunity to start earning, from the word go, even before we fully launch. So that's an opportunity for those that maybe have a bit of a network of their own, or who want to share this opportunity with friends and family. In terms of our overall timeline, so one of the benefits of this partnership with HMX is that we have a fully working product that we're going to be able to launch with, a product that has been battle tested on the Arbitrum network for the last year without issue. So that means that our launch process can go, really quite quickly. So we're at the stage at the moment where our developers, we've got 3 full-time developers who are working on this full-time, are going over all the code, making sure that they are happy with how everything has been put together. And their feedback that I've heard so far is that the code is extremely well written. And we're aiming to launch our test net. So that's going to be an opportunity for users, traders, to come on and try the platform, experience the user interface, and give it a go, ultimately to make sure that everything is working as expected. And that's due to go ahead, we expect within the next week to 2 weeks, let's say maybe 10 days. And we'll stay in that, what we're calling open beta phase, probably for 4 to 6 weeks, maybe marginally longer than that. Just depends on how things go. The other major things that are going to be happening and that are on the roadmap, or the launch plan, I should say, are the token generation event. So essentially the public sale of the token, that has to happen. And we're also going to be doing a surge event to bootstrap our LP, the market making LP. So those are the main events, and we expect from now until we're fully launched, it's probably going to be 2 months to 10 weeks time until the full launch. So I think, all things considered, we've got a really good timeline in terms of just where the market is at the moment. We're seeing it's a little bit bland, shall we say, at the moment. And I see BTC has had a bit of a drop off today again, and so we're expecting things probably to go down before they go up, before the benefit of the halving really kicks in, and the summer holidays are about to happen. So we think we're poised for really good timing in terms of our launch.
Yeah, absolutely. PyWeb, which good questions, PyWeb. Thanks for being here today. He says, what pairs will be available for people looking to add liquidity?
So in terms of the LP, we're going to have 2 LP solutions. The LP for the market making side of things, which is essentially what in our ecosystem is going to be called the Flex LP. You can deposit multiple different assets, USDC, BTC, ETH, into that, and you'll get the FLP token. But the FLP token actually consists of BTC, ETH, and USDC. So those are the underlying assets and that LP acts as the counterparty to the leveraged traders. So that's one LP, and the other LP will be our native FDX ETH LP, which is going to be hosted on Aerodrome Finance. And that's another partnership that we're really excited about, because using Aerodrome Finance is actually a fundamental aspect of our tokenomics and how we're aiming to provide, fantastic industry-beating APRs for our LP providers.
Okay, amazing. DG says it will go seed, public, then what's called surge.
Yes.
Yeah, you are right. That's what we're looking for. Then just to verify, so we will be able to create LPs. Is it after the seed round that we can make LPs? That's correct.
So you don't create LPs in the sense like you would do on a normal DEX. You go into our FLP, which is one single option where you provide the liquidity for the traders who are using the platform, or you create the FDX ETH LP on Aerodrome, and you can stake that to earn revenue as well. Or you can stake it in Aerodrome to earn Aero rewards, which we will be incentivizing as part of our tokenomics as well.
Okay, great. Nope, that makes a lot of sense. And yeah, if anybody has more questions about that, please ask. This is a good time to get all the clarification, make sure we understand exactly how it's going. Let's if you're okay with it, Stu, let's go ahead and start that giveaway.
Yeah.
We'll just get it going here. How we're gonna do this. So Stu has graciously they're gonna provide $200 in this seed round for you. So if you're like, oh, I would love to be in this, but I just don't have the funds available right now, we have an option for you. So let me go ahead and pull this up over here. This is the giveaway tool, Flex Perpetuals. We're going to have you comment. This has to be on YouTube. So if you're watching on Twitter, Facebook, you got to come over to YouTube to be part of the giveaway. But hashtag Flex. Go ahead and start commenting that. It needs to be lowercase. It is case sensitive. But go ahead and comment hashtag Flex. We got a few people in there already. And then we will do a giveaway. While we're kind of waiting for people to sign up there, I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to get all your comments in, make sure everybody's entered. Stu, can you kind of talk about the long-term roadmap and where you guys are looking at going, maybe in the ecosystem as a whole, even, if you look forward 5 years, where do you see kind of all this going? Where do you see your holders? What's on the roadmap for you?
Yeah, well, I mean, and the immediate roadmap is to start our governance process as soon as we launch. So those that get involved in the seed investment will have voting rights as part of that, and we're going to launch. We expect the governance process to be launched either just before or just after our official launch of the project. Thereafter, we're excited to launch with a working product, and I think that has to be our main focus at the moment, is getting things going on the base chain, and then moving forward, we've got lots of innovations that we want to start introducing into this as we continue to grow, and that's just looking at Flex Perpetuals. So we're intending to introduce copy trading facility within the Perp DEX, and that's something that is unusual with decentralized perpetuals exchanges. There's a couple of people doing it, but not many. So we're excited to do that. And then in terms of the Flex Labs overall ecosystem, we've got a lot of exciting plans on the roadmap with that as well. We're big believers in helping educate the space, and so education is going to be a huge part of what we do moving forward, and we're going to provide under the Flex Education banner, solutions to help onboard people into this space, because like you mentioned at the beginning of the call, James, that really is the key to the ongoing success of decentralized finances, is bringing new people on and educating them so that they're able to use DeFi safely, securely, and they're able to make good decisions from the word go. So education is a big part of it. And there's some other really exciting things that I can't mention just yet, but I can assure you that it's not just going to be a Perp DEX moving forward. There are lots of other opportunities that we're going to be releasing and announcing fairly soon.
Okay, awesome. We'll have to have you back on to talk through some of that. So awesome. Well, hey, let's go ahead and we will do this giveaway. I'll give you guys another 15 seconds. So hashtag Flex in the YouTube comments. I see there's some people on Facebook commenting. You got to be on YouTube, okay? So we'll give people another 15 seconds. You got 15 seconds if you can get over to YouTube really quickly. PyWeb says education, transparency, love what I'm hearing. Yeah, Crypto Stu has a good reputation, so that's good. Not going to rug pull us. Stu, are you going to rug pull us? That's a good question.
Certainly not going to rug pull us, and I think that the whole team actually has a really good reputation. We wanted Bill, who is the CEO, to be able to join us tonight, but unfortunately had a last minute meeting with the lawyers that he couldn't get out of. But we will certainly be introducing more team members. As I say, there are 7 of us. Some based in Canada. I'm obviously here in Scotland. We've got people in California and Europe. So it's a worldwide team with people who've got quite a considerable amount of experience in this space and a really good reputation as well. If you know the names that are in the team.
Yeah, amazing. We'll have you back on, and we'll bring more of the team on. And I would love this to be a long-term partnership. Again, just wanting to bring solid things to my audience where they're not going to lose money. That's the main thing. Yeah. I'm not even asking people anymore, what's the APR or anything like that. I'm just, okay, how is there possibility to lose money, and how can we mitigate that? So let's do this giveaway. I do have a question around that I want to ask, but we'll do this giveaway.
Yep.
Here it goes. I've yet to win one of my own giveaways, so I see I'm on there.
Just about. Yeah, you're on there. Metaverse and crypto.
Metaverse and crypto. Good to see you, and congratulations on your victory, your win. Get in touch with Pocket. It's so funny. I always do stuff, then I just say contact Pocket Aces, and he'll take care of you. But yes, get in touch with Pocket Aces. Maybe send him. You just need your wallet address mainly, and we'll get that over to you. We'll get you in on this seed round. So amazing.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Woo, nice. Thank you. Congratulations. DM, I can link you with them. Yeah, there you go. Thank you guys for taking care of that. I appreciate that. Awesome. So Crypto Stu, I wanted to ask, so what are potential risks that you maybe see that the team has, this could really go wrong if this happens or this happens or this happens? What are some of those risks, and what have you guys kind of done to mitigate some of those risks?
Well, in terms of the platform itself, if you're providing liquidity on the platform in the FLP, you do have a counterparty risk to the traders. So essentially, if the traders win, the FLP pays out those rewards. If the traders lose, then the FLP benefits from the traders' losses. So there's a risk there in terms of traders all of a sudden having a huge winning streak, but we have got seven actual risk management strategies that are designed specifically to ensure the safety and security of the liquidity. And that is detailed in the pitch deck, which is linked on that FIP2 website. So and there's lots of detail in that pitch deck. Too much to kind of go through page for page here on an AMA, but there's loads of information there in terms of our risk management strategies for that. In terms of other risks, we're doing everything that we can to make sure that we're doing this legally and properly, and incorporating a real business. And part of the seed capital that we're going to be is already earmarked for what end up being quite rather large lawyer fees that we have to pay to get everything done above board. So, you know, we think that we're approaching this, that we're a mature team. So we've been around the space, and not just in DeFi. You know, the CEO and myself, and our head of research and analysis works in investment banking, and you know, we have built real world businesses. Bill, the CEO, has built several real world successful real world businesses. So, you know, this isn't our first rodeo in terms of, you know, dealing with all of that red tape that we come across in running things properly. So, yeah, I mean, the main risk really for platform users is there's a counterparty risk with Aerodrome Finance, where we're going to be hosting our liquidity. I think that, and the traders obviously all of a sudden going on a huge winning streak, are probably the two biggest risks.
Okay, very good. No, I like that. I like just that teams are thinking about that and are open about the risks. A lot of times, you know, I get nervous when I ask a project founder that, and they say, "Oh no, there's no risks. It's risk free." And it's like, "Oh, okay, let's back up here." You probably just don't see them. So no, that's amazing. Let's see what happens if you don't get the full amount for this seed round. And are you is there an aim for this seed round? I don't know if I saw that.
Yeah, as James has said, our goal is 1.5 million.
Okay.
And you know, it would be disappointing if we don't get that. We're confident that we will, but it won't be the end of the world. And that's what one of the benefits of the fact that we're not having to spend huge amounts of capital in the development process, because we're partnering with HMX and we're leveraging their existing technology. It means that we can actually launch, you know, on a bit of a shoestring, really. The reason that we want to launch with 1.5 million, or that we want to raise 1.5 million, is that we want to start with depth of liquidity. So, you know, the vast majority of the seed capital that is raised is going straight into protocol-owned liquidity. And then some of the rest of it will be going into buying Aero and locking that up so that we can incentivize the Aerodrome pool, because that's a key part of our strategy. And then the rest is going towards legal fees and, you know, salaries and marketing expenses. So, and you know, we're quite happy, and we're going to publish exactly how that seed capital is spent. And again, that's fairly unusual to have that level of transparency from teams in terms of where's the seed money actually going.
Okay, very good. If people have additional questions, what's the best way for them to get those answered?
Yeah, so Telegram is probably the easiest place at the moment. So until we build awareness, you know, we're going to stick to Telegram, and once we've kind of hit a certain threshold in Telegram, we're going to open up a Discord as well. But Telegram is absolutely the best place to come in, and you know, we're there. We've got people in there all the time, ready to answer your questions. You can follow us on Twitter, and in actual fact, you know, we're doing loads and loads of giveaways on Twitter at the moment, to help, you know, as part of our marketing strategy, just to help raise awareness. And just today, we gave away $300 on our Twitter, on our X account. Up, you know, over the last week, we've given away nearly $3,000 in giveaways, and that has come through Bill, our CEO, being a trader. He's essentially just taking trades and giving away a portion of his profits, to help, you know, it's part of our marketing strategy. So Twitter, X and Telegram, best two places. I can't get used to that change.
I rebel. I still call it Twitter. So no, we know what you mean. So awesome. Let's see. We got CC Cryptoman says, "Nice to see you guys. I'm blessed to have become friends with you both. Two men of character connecting in this crypto space. Good things come of this. Stu is a brilliant numbers man." So there's a good live testimonial for you guys.
Thank you, CC.
Yep. Awesome. So calls to action. Again, I'm a marketing guy. Have to do my calls to action. Free things. Hit like. That helps get the reach out further on this video, which is helpful. Just gets the word out to more people. Go hop in the Telegrams. Be part of the community. Be part of the discussion. Try and add some value into the discussion there. Go follow on Twitter. That's completely free. Doesn't really affect you in any way, but it's very helpful to help these projects build their community, build their audience. The more Twitter followers you have, the more that the posts show to other people. So it helps get the word out there. And then if you are interested in getting involved monetarily, again, I have that link in the description. You can go here, minimum 100 USDT that you can put in. There's currently 304K in there. You do get a referral link, which you can see here that I have for having my money in there as well. So go do that. Those are kind of the calls to action that I see here. Let's see. History Bear says just subbed on Telegram. That's amazing. Go hop in there. Just got here and rewatching. Yes, if you missed any of this, I see some questions that are coming in that we already answered earlier. The replay of this will be available right when we're done. And I'll try to get chapters in there. And when I say I mean Tycho or somebody from my team will try to get chapters in there so you can go back and rewatch it. So I want to thank you, audience. You guys are amazing. Week after week, day after day, you guys come and watch. I think we had close to 600 people that ended up watching. So appreciate you guys.
Right.
Thank you for being here. And Crypto Stu, thank you for coming on the channel, building something, not being a money grab, but building something that I think can help my audience long term, and then presenting it. And it's been great to connect with you, and I'm sure we'll have you back on the channel.
Great. No, thanks for having us, and look forward to coming back, and look forward to hopefully meeting some of your community in our Telegram over the coming days.
That would be amazing. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm actually going to be back tomorrow. I'm having Danny from Foxify, which is another perp. So it's be interesting discussion and kind of comparing and contrasting and things like they are not on the base chain, I don't believe. So it'll be interesting discussion. So thank you guys so much and have a wonderful weekend. We'll talk to you later.